¿Qué la que hay, mi gente? Welcome back to Two Drinks and a Ting. I'm your Ting, Nathalia.
I'm back. It's Precious.
And we in these bitch. The day we're filming this is before my birthday, so let me prepare myself.
She's turning 30.
The disrespect, no the fuck I'm not. That's for next year. Thank you very much. So I can still say I'm in my 20s. I'm in my young girl era. What is the ting with her two drinks? So today, my friends, this is a Malibu coconut rum piña colada mix. A sunrise colada. It's delicious.
It's cold already.
Cheers.
Cheers.
To prosperity.
It's a very summery drink.
It's a summer vibe.
Yeah. That slurp.
Yesterday, we celebrated my birthday early because I really wanted to go to Cooper Hop.
She finally lived that dream.
I lived the bougie lifestyle. And I had the salmon and some mashed potatoes along with some lettuce tacos. And it was fire. Bomb. I loved my meal. But my friend, she got like a Parmesan crusted chicken with vegetables and mashed potatoes. Mm-hmm. And she said it tasted so bland, like there was like nothing. After a while, she got sick of the potatoes because she said it was just nasty. But bitch, I ordered a flight of champagne.
Girl was toasty.
Your girl was lit. I did not expect it. I thought they were gonna be
like shot glasses.
Little shot glasses. Like if you guys ever been to Bahama Breeze, I thought it was gonna be like their flights. Like you know how they're like probably like 3 ounces.
Yeah.
I was gonna be that small, but they were in flutes. They were real cute. I felt real bushy. I was living my best fucking life. The titties were out. Your girl was looking real grown. And I had a great time. And then Precious, you had gnocchi?
I had the gnocchi, yeah. Well, I was hoping it would have red sauce, and it came out with white sauce, and I was just like, oh, well. It's like in the photo that I saw, it had red sauce. So I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. It's going to have red sauce. I don't mind. I'm used to that.
Yeah.
So, but like gnocchi can come in all different kinds of sauces, but I'm just used to the red sauce one. That's the one that tastes good to me.
That was my first time having it, and I ain't gonna lie, it reminded me of tater tots. My other friend Sam, she kept it simple. Right? She was not trying to fuck around.
Salad and flatbread.
Yeah. And I was like, how do you like your meal?
She was like, it's great.
It's delicious. Me, so 3 out of the 4 were not disappointed. Mm-hmm. But what's to be expected? It's Natalie.
She's like, it's missing a couple of packs of Sasson.
But it was so cute. I loved it. It was adorable. I don't know if they do anything for birthdays, but I was expecting someone to sing happy birthday to me. I literally put it on the reservation. I put celebrating a birthday.
Damn, they missed that shit.
They really fucking did. But this Cooper Hawk was like weird. So I guess like they were just busy that day. But I was just like, okay.
And also it's a winery. So people just literally go there sometimes just for wine tastings.
Yeah.
And they sit out in the front where the bar is at. And they just purchase their bottles and stuff like that. And they leave. And in the back side of it is a whole restaurant. So
I mean, I still had a good experience. I would love to try a different area. The salmon was good. Mashed potatoes were bomb. I left nothing on the plate. No regrets. I loved it.
Oh, I went like when COVID was still around. That's why I wasn't so busy.
I remember I wanted to go before I moved to Vegas, which was like the March.
I know. I remember you.
Of 2020. And they were like playing that bullshit of like, oh, we don't know if we're going to be open or closed. So I never got to go. And then during that dinner, it was so funny. We were talking about, I guess, being bullies.
I don't know who us is being a bully. It was not me.
Me, you, Natalie, all of us.
I was not a bully.
I was not a bully until a certain age.
I was not a bully ever. Like, why would I put that karma on myself? Absolutely not.
Because people deserve it.
No.
Anyways, so I remember I told her, I was just like, I remember I was threatened as a kid, but I wasn't bullied. This bitch was wild. So picture it, 2nd grade, I'm in Miss Sally's class, and I'm right across the way from this one girl. She's quiet, she's kind of awkward, but at that time I was not a bully. I was really nice. Somehow some way I got on her bad side. I seriously don't remember what I did. I think I made her look bad in terms of answering the question correctly when she got it wrong. I'm pretty sure that was the case because I was a smart cookie. I remember she was just like, I'm going to kill you. And I'm like,
pesticides.
Okay, whatever. I'm just talking it up. I'm just like, this bitch is psychotic, whatever. And she was just like, pesticides are tasteless and senseless, right? My father, he's an exterminator. I can slip it into your food and you would never know. I was so scared. I didn't know what the fuck to do. And I was laughing and I was looking at my teacher the whole entire time like, oh my God, Miss Sally, come save me. And then the chick tried me. She was like, go ahead, snitch. I dare you. I didn't snitch. A month later, I moved from the school. I was like, oh my God. That was my origin story. I swear to God.
That's how she became a bully, y'all.
I really did. Like, here's this bitch threatening me. And then everyone at the table is looking at me like, what the fuck did you do to her? I did nothing. I was the victim. I swear to God. At that time, we were learning like adding and shit. It's not my fault she was slow. She answered a wrong question and I giggled. I was really good at math. So I was just like, how'd you get that wrong?
Laughing at her and then she comes out, I'm going to kill you.
She's going to murder me.
With pesticides. Girl.
And what didn't dawn on me at the time was like, how would you know that this is going to murder me? Like what 2-year-old kid knows pesticides is going to murder a human being?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I feel like you must have said something else to her. Maybe you just don't remember.
I probably didn't, but I swear to God, in 2nd grade, I was nice. Mm-hmm. And I knew the teacher wasn't going to do anything. So I still didn't tell her because A, I was afraid for my life. B, the teacher didn't like me. She called me nosy because I was in the back minding my business. I don't know if you guys had this in your class, but in the younger grades, the teachers who are side by side with one another sometimes share a door in between the classroom where they can be able to go in and out just in case one teacher's away and they need to watch both classes. That's an easy way.
Their offices would be right there.
I don't think she had an office.
I know my sister's school, when we went to visit her in the class, right inside that door is a whole nother room, but it's the teacher's area.
Oh no, they didn't have that.
And then there's another door on the other side that leads into the other classroom. Sometimes it could be 4 classrooms that share a wall.
No, that's not how it was. They share the wall, mm-hmm. and then there was just a door to
to go in between.
To go in between, yeah. So I remember one time they were back there. The teacher who was in the other room and my teacher were back there. It was next to the restroom. So I got out of the restroom. I was washing my hands. And then I noticed that there's a lot of water around the sink area. So I'm just like, let me clean this since I'm already back here. Because we weren't doing anything. I remember we weren't doing nothing. People were just doing their math homework and I was fucking finished. So I'm just like, okay, well, let me just clean this. I'm cleaning it. And then the teacher, I guess, clocks me. She looks and she was like, girl, go sit down. Why are you doing that? You're so nosy over here just cleaning the counter, trying to listen to what we're talking about.
Your teacher was
She was a bitch. She was 70. I'm pretty sure we were the last year she was fucking teaching. These teachers didn't give a fuck. She was old as hell. Miss Sally, if you're still kicking, she was like, go sit down, nosy little girl trying to listen to grown folk business.
Wrong.
Who? But anyways, that's why I say fuck teachers and fuck everybody. Any childhood traumas that you have? Ow.
Not really. I wasn't a bully.
Personally victimized.
There was just one boy who just I don't know if because he didn't like me, but I was friends with his sister and he just thought that he could just make fun of me and not for me to say anything. But girl, one day I just blew up on him and he was just stuck. And I was just don't ever do that to anybody. You don't know what their reaction is going to be.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it. I've never had bullies. I was pretty much quiet in my own space. I didn't care what other people said. But yeah. And I had friends, but I always hung around them or other people. But then I didn't hang around them after school.
Oh, okay.
So when I'm at home. For me, my self-enjoyment, leave me alone.
Yeah.
Until we go back to school, then I'll talk to you again. But that's it.
In this particular school, it was on public roads and stuff like that. It wasn't in a secure development. You have individual, how you have a big neighborhood with many developments inside it. It wasn't like that. It was literally here's the main road, Cimarron. Yeah. Here's the road, and for me to go to my house, I had to pass Cimarron, which is a busy ass street.
Mhm.
So the fact that my mother didn't give a fuck about my life and put me in an extended day party, I literally at like second grade, I'm walking to my
I
house.
thought that was like always a limit for like what's qualified for extended day.
Because one year I was an extended day. And my mom would pick me up after work. Like she would get out of work at, I remember, 5 o'clock, and she would come pick me up. And extended day would be open until like the last child's picked up.
I mean, like I thought there was a limit as far as grade. I thought you couldn't start that until you were like in 5th grade or something.
Oh no. Like from my school, you can do it all the way up until 5th grade because extended days open for anybody.
Yeah. Okay.
And then they even had it like in middle school, but it was called YMCA. But I live within a 2-mile radius of my school, so they didn't offer a fucking school bus. So I'm walking by myself to my house on this like busy road and stuff like that.
That's so dangerous.
Girl!
Wow.
I remember my mom would give me $2. I would go to the Food and Lotto, get myself some chips, a little Gatorade. And then there was this boy. His name was Trevor. He was so nice. He walked me home because he didn't want me to get kidnapped.
Aww.
But I think it's also because he liked me. And I was like, oh, thank you. But he was real nice. He lived past me. So he lived farther than I fucking did. So he would walk me at my street and I would have to walk continuous down. And then once he saw I was like past a certain house, he would walk on.
Okay.
Because if someone's trying to murder me, I can just...
Yeah.
And this neighborhood I was living in, it was like the boonies because there was a shitload of snakes. There were a shitload of frogs just out here and stuff like that. I remember me and my sister were playing jump rope one day, and then out of nowhere, the neighbor comes with his machete and he starts attacking the floor next to me. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm thinking this guy's crazy. We used to call him Don Johnny. Don is like a respectable nickname for an older person who's like Doña, like your neighbor and stuff like that. So we used to call him Don Johnny. He came over with his machete and started hacking at the floor, and I'm just shook. And then we look at what he's killing. He's killing a snake. The snake was right next to me. And he was like, I saw it slithering towards you and I just had to act. I'm like, how the fuck did you see the snake slithering towards me? He must have seen it like go past the gravel or the pavement because me and my sister didn't pay attention. We were arguing.
Of course.
And I was just shook. Here's this crazy man with this fuck ass machete trying to murder me.
That's all you saw.
All I saw. And my mom comes out like shook. Why the fuck we were just out in these streets baffles me. But she comes out, she was like, ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó? And he was like, no, Doña, don't worry about it. It was just a snake. Just a snake. Where the fuck was Jack when I needed him?
Not Jack.
Little bitch. But that was my traumas of life. That I don't know where that girl's at now. I wish I knew. She probably tried to kill somebody or whatever. But
she probably went through with it. Well, tried to, and they caught her.
I hope so. That bitch scared the fuck out of me. Probably into that witchcraft shit. But now I have a part 2 on what is the meanest, cruelest thing you said to somebody.
Oh
Are you ready?
Gosh, yeah. What is this note card? I was like, what?
Okay, so in the episode with Nathalie, I tell her like what's my cringiest thing I said to a guy, and I couldn't say it. Like,
so you wrote it down?
It's so cringy. I wrote it down and I gave it to her so she can say it because it's in Spanish. It says,
"Oh, I know what it says."
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, is this supposed to be?
I said this to the guy, but I missed the H. So it's supposed to say chulo, not culo. And I figure, you know what? That's such an epic moment. But yeah, that's what it's supposed to be.
That's hilarious.
I was like, let me say this. I didn't think you were going to pay attention to it.
I'm like, literally was just like, my drink. And I was just like... I don't know how long that's been sitting there.
I literally just put that up before we started.
Oh my God. Wow.
I put it up there to see if anybody was going to realize and clock it. I didn't think you were because you don't pay attention to anything.
I happen to just look up and I'm like, wow.
Yeah, that's a story. That's a time.
Okay.
Whew. Okay, back to what is the cruelest, meanest thing you've ever said to anybody? Purchased a one-way ticket for Toxic Loser X under the guise of you should visit your family in California. He thought it was round trip. When he left, I changed my number and moved. That's some ballsy shit. I would love to do that shit.
Oh my God. By the way, we're done.
He comes home. That happened to my dad.
Really?
Yeah, my dad bought a ticket down to DR. And at the time, like whenever he goes for a long period of time, like 2 months. And he left his card for his girlfriend to pay bills. This bitch drained his bank account, broke the lease, and left him destitute. She calls me one day and she was like, hey, I know you have your father's phone. This is actually my phone on my line. You need to give it back. And I hadn't talked to my dad during that time, but she came to the house and I had to give her the phone. When he came home, he had no apartment. He had no money in his bank account. He had no car.
How do you do that to somebody?
She was also the same crazy bitch who cut his brakes.
So did he sue her for like damages and stuff like
no,
that?
girl,
that's literally theft.
My dad's not about that life. He's just about get the fuck out of my life and call it a day. Like it is what it is.
Nice as hell. Not
girl, me. He's silly is what he fucking is. Ask me if they didn't get back together.
Alright, I kind of know, but it's just like, oh my God, why?
Stupid. Okay. The next one. I called my mom just a lunch lady to her face as an insult when we were arguing once. That look on her face, I regret it ever since.
Was she?
I mean, probably. You're just a lunch lady. What the fuck do you know? I would never say.
I know.
I would never say you're just an insurance person to my mom. Yeah. Like, what the fuck?
Not the person who birthed you. No, thank you.
Girl,
I do not want that.
Did you get popped in the mouth? Because I know my mom's hand would have.
Before you even get the words out.
I remember one time I was so irritated at my mom because she told me to clean the dishes and I was so mad. And I had to walk the dog. And I didn't want to walk the dog because it was hot as fuck. He took forever. Like, no, I don't want to do it. So she was like, Nathalia, come walk Jack. And I'm like, no, you walk him. This girl... It hurt so bad and I was stunned. I started crying. I fucking hate it here. And I left. I was so embarrassed to come back home. Girl. I was like, I'm going to move in with my father. She's laughing. She's like, okay.
That's Lisa.
Mess. Your parents must be siblings.
That's cruel.
I'll bet if you ate all your makeup that you would be beautiful on the inside.
Oh, then yeah, their personality is shit.
A pick-me. Mm-hmm. I would do this. I would unplug your life support just so I can charge my phone.
My best friend, y'all. Like, what's up?
To the lady at Target, you fucking bitch. Is that scar on your face from when your mom missed with the hanger?
Oh my God.
Can you change your face? It's making me nauseous looking at you.
Yeah. You're an asshole.
You're so short. Your forehead smells like sweaty feet. To my ex who hated being shorter than me. You look like an undeveloped camel.
I shouldn't laugh because that's so mean.
An undeveloped camel. Who the fuck comes up with that?
I have no words. Like,
oh, you guys are so funny. I could never. That these people.
Yeah.
Is that savage. Scar from when your mom missed with the hanger?
Like, bye. No. You're an asshole. My shirt?
Yeah.
Oh, no. It was just like a...
Chucky or Chunky?
This is Chucky.
Oh.
With the doll.
That little fucker scared the shit out of me when I was a kid.
Did you ever go to the haunted house in Halloween Horror Nights?
No, I don't think I've ever went to Halloween Horror Nights while that was a house. Mm-hmm. I have vague memories of going to Halloween Horror Night when it was a lady who looked like she was part of The Exorcist or something. Mm-hmm. But there was a person who had like a can of like coins and he would shake it in your face. And like I think this was probably the first year that they introduced Jack, a clown.
Oh, wow, yeah.
That's what I remember.
I feel like they did a while ago. Did they not?
No, they brought him back. Jack is a iconic
Yeah,
Halloween Horror
right.
Night character. But I
Did
went.
they bring him back for the 20th?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I remember going to the my first Halloween Horror Nights was when Jack the Clown was
when they
there.
first introduced him. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they first introduced him, but he was there. That was my first Halloween Horror Nights going over there. My parents did not give a fuck. They did not give a shit that their kids were going to hold them back. They brought us to Halloween Horror Nights. I was in a stroller. These people did not give a flying fuck.
Not a stroller.
I was in a stroller and this thing was shaking a can of coins in my face.
Did you? I wonder if you cried.
I'm pretty sure I fucking did because I was petrified in my aunt's house because they were playing commercials about it. Oh, and my brother and cousin were like, Nathalia, that's us. We're going to go over there. We're going to be screaming. We're going to leave you behind.
Sorry.
These people did not give a fuck. We were not stopping their happiness.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
But go on with your Chucky shit.
No, so when I was young, I guess I was just such a little tyrant. And my mom came up with a nickname.
I could see.
So she would call me that. And then I was so proud of the nickname, I would tell strangers. She said, yeah, like we went to a hotel and we were in an elevator with some white people. And she was just like, I was so friendly. Like I would just introduce myself to just random people. And she's like, hi, my name is Precious. And this lady was like, oh, hi, I like your blouse. She's like, thanks. My mom calls me Chucky. And my mom would just stand there like, oh my God. It's just a nickname. She's like, no, I don't. And the lady would just like stare at her and then stare back at me. And I'm just like,
children in their imaginations.
I'm just like, aren't you going to say anything? And she was just like, she didn't really say anything. She just kind of looked at me and then looked at you. And she was just like, oh, that's nice.
I would have been like, okay. Call CPS when I get upstairs. Like, there's a child being hurt.
Apparently, I used to be called Chucky when I was young.
Believe it.
Why?
Because you as an adult, you're kind of like real picky and you have like, if you don't want to do nothing, you don't want to do nothing. But then I feel like when you're a child and you're probably like high on like fucking sugar or whatever, and people would tell you.
That's another reason why my mom told me I was allergic to chocolate.
Girl. And then I can see her be like, Precious, don't do that. You don't tell me what to do. And just start touching everything, throwing everything on the fucking floor. I can see you being Chucky.
Yeah.
Out of my 3 siblings, I was the nice one.
My other 3 siblings were the nice ones. I was not.
We're just an angry kid. An angry, hungry child.
I needed sugar. I just thought that was hilarious. But then also, like, when my mom adopted me, there were some people in the elevator from the courthouse, and I told every single person in that elevator I was just adopted today. So I was just very talkative, and I didn't really care who it was.
That's cute.
Yeah.
I remember I did the same thing. I was at Publix with my mom, and it was her birthday, and we were playing hooky. Like, she didn't go to work. I didn't go to school. I told the deli person that. I'm like, today's my mom's birthday. Mm-hmm. But she didn't think it was cute. She got mad. She was like, why are you telling my business out to everybody?
What? She could have gotten a free cupcake or something.
Girl, I was trying to help her out. Right. And now they don't like you because you're
yelling at your kids
in front of the damn bakery person. Now it's your fault. You can't get a cookie.
Oh my God, do you remember that? Free cookies?
Yes.
Girl.
I remember when I was 12, I tried it and she looked at me, she laughed. Stupid bitch. Why are you monopolizing these cookies? Mm-hmm. You didn't fucking pay for them. Publix did.
I remember that when I first moved and they were just like, oh my God, yeah, free cookies. I was like, free cookies?
Oh my God. That's like one of the reasons why I love to stay at Doubletree because they have some burgin' ass cookies.
The one when we went to in Tennessee, they had the buckets. And they sold
the cookie
them.
dough?
Yeah, they sold them. They sold a bucket full of cookies. And I did not leave that hotel until I had one. I was like, where can I buy this? And she was like, oh, at the front desk. I was like, oh, make one for me. I'll be there to pick it up in the morning.
I remember when me and Natalie went to Colorado, and I worked for Hilton at the time. We stayed at the Doubletree, and like I think it was like College Square. I think that's what it's called. I'm not sure, but it was near a college campus. It was college town. And I had 2 rooms, one for me, her husband, and then his friends and his girlfriend. Of course, as you check in, you get 1 cookie per room. So I got 2 cookies. I didn't tell them bitches that they got a cookie. I looked at Natalie. She looked at me and I'm like, here you go. Your free cookie. Don't tell them bitches nothing. And then we get to the car. We are eating our cookies and stuff like that. And we're like, they have cookies for sale if you guys want some. They're like, no, we don't want no cookies. Say less. Right? So here I am eating my fucking free cookie. She's eating her fucking free cookie. Mm-hmm. And we were happy and jolly. But the altitude in Colorado, bullshit. You're going to faint and you're going to die.
Didn't you guys go hiking?
We went up the Rocky Mountain, yeah, and I almost died. I was hyperventilating. I'm not used to walking. We live in Florida. You need a car to go everywhere. What the fuck? And then here I am going up a mountain. I don't hike. Who are we? Stupid bitches who want to see the fucking Alps or some shit. The fucking snow caps. But best believe I wasn't the only one. I was literally like stopping in the middle of the trail, sitting down and breathing. And I'm like, y'all can go. Just don't mind me. And I drank all my water the first 5 minutes. I drank all my water.
Damn.
And the guy downstairs, like the nature ranger, whatever his name is, was like, I think you need more water. I thought he was just trying to sell me $3 water. Mm-hmm. He was right. I needed more fucking water. But do you think he supplied me with some free water? No, he didn't. He wanted me to pay $3.50. And it was some nasty ass water. It was like Sierra something. Ew. It sounded disgusting. It sounded like Zephyr Hills bullshit. Remember the lady from Publix?
Yes. Oh my God.
One day when I was at Precious's house,
we were having like dinner and I just like, let's go get like drinks and stuff. And I was like, I need water though.
I wanted a bottle of water and she was trying to get some funky ass Zephyr Hills. I'm like,
no, I wasn't. I said, not Zephyr Hills. I don't drink that
Someone was trying to go. I think she wasn't paying attention because she grabbed it. I was like, ew, don't get Zephyr Hills. That shit's fucking disgusting.
We were saying it. And then all of a sudden we see her at the Zephyr Hills area and she takes it off the shelf as we were talking shit. She walks ahead of us because like we were still behind her at this point. And so we stopped. As soon as we saw her take it off the shelf, we stopped, looked at each other and looked at the other in the other direction.
I'm trying to look up at the sky. I'm
And then as she started walking away, we were like laughing, but like silent laughing. It was just so awkward.
Get the Pure Life. That's it.
And so I got water, but it wasn't Zephyr Hills.
Zephyr Hills is trash. It's disgusting.
Okay when it's cold.
No.
But when it's room temperature, it tastes like ass. It's so nasty. It's funky.
No. The Florida aquifer is broken. This shit is disgusting. If you are a water connoisseur, you know Pure Life and Aquafina.
Yeah, Pure Life is good.
Those are the 2. And on a third, because I might be thirsty as fuck at Disney, Dasani.
Because of the Coke products.
Girl. I don't make the rules. So we're going to jump into the Am I the Asshole? It's been a while. Okay. It's been a while. And this is a good one. It is long.
Oh my gosh.
But we'll make it through. We'll make it through. Okay.
I'm ready.
Based just off the title with no context. Am I the asshole for canceling vacation less than 24 hours due to my kids' behavior?
Well, no, because my mom would have did that shit. Because there was a time where I was not acting right and she told me, I'm going to leave you here. And she was not kidding. My mom literally, I was in the car. I don't know what I did. I can't remember. But it was something that she didn't like. And we're sitting in the car. She literally yanked me out, put me on the driveway, and drove away. And I was running after the car. And it's funny now. But then I'm just like, damn, Mom, you really did that shit. She was like, yeah, because I wasn't fucking around. So not really. If your kid's going to act up, you might as well show them that you're not playing around. If they don't want to listen and you're like, hey, if you're not going to listen, we're going to cancel our trip to Disney.
Basically. Yeah. You don't get rewarded.
I don't want to put up, if I was the parent, I don't want to put up with that shit while we're on vacation. Mm-hmm. You don't deserve it then. Mm-hmm. You don't deserve to be here on vacation with me. So therefore, no, I don't think she's yes.
Save that money.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember one time, it wasn't my mom who did this. It was my teacher. Fucking cunt. Mr. Barbella. James Barbella.
Wow. Not the teacher name.
He said that if I didn't pass the test, I was in jeopardy of failing the 3rd grade. I didn't pass the test because I didn't give a fuck because I was about to go to Puerto Rico in a week.
Mm-hmm.
He called my house. He spoke to my mother, and he said that if I leave, it will be detrimental to my grade and that I will fail the 3rd grade. So she made my dad cancel my ticket and my sister's ticket to Puerto Rico.
And your sister?
Yeah, because she can't fucking go if I can't go.
Right.
That's bullshit. Shit. Stupid bitch. I didn't go. Mm-hmm. And I didn't want to be at school. So I think I still ended up failing the test, but I didn't like fail. I got like close to a D because I was pissed. I didn't fail the grade. He was just fucking lying because I think in 3rd grade they introduced the FCAT to us. Mm-hmm. And I passed the FCAT. So you stupid bitch, you literally like left me in school for no reason. Because I failed that test, passed FCAT, which was like a month later, and I didn't get to go to Puerto Rico.
Damn, that's crazy.
Stupid bitch. He thought he was somebody. He was like, yeah, that's the reason why you can't go to Puerto Rico because of me. You need to learn how to sit down and read your work. He said that to me. These teachers just don't give a fuck. Florida teachers don't give a flying fuck.
And that's why you see kids out here with guns and everything, vendettas and shit. I was like, I want to be the person to be like, the reason why you brought a gun to school is because of me. Like, what the
I feel bad for teachers now because kids are just out of pocket.
They're just ruthless.
Yeah, they're just out of pocket now. Yeah. Back in the day, I don't really remember if any other teachers were like being verbally abused or anything like that. I never heard about that in my class.
Exactly.
Or in my school.
You would never, unless it was that one kid that was just a really like a rebel. And you'd just be looking at them like, who raised you?
In your school, did they have a class of misfit kids?
Not really.
There was a separate class of kids who were so badly misbehaved they couldn't be with the regular kids. And they had to be with a separate, like 2 teachers. Mm-hmm. One of them was the regular teacher. One of them was an ESOL teacher. And then the other was a security guard who was there to make sure nothing, like these kids didn't like act out of pocket. They were kids with bad behaviors.
Oh shit.
I thought that was just everybody. I don't remember. And the only time like they would like mingle with us was like in recess. Yeah, it was wild. This one guy liked me. His name was Lewis. And I met this one girl. She was real nice. She was in his class, in the bad behavior class. Her name was Nicole. She was nice.
Just don't fuck around with their teachers.
I asked her, I was like, why are you in this class? And she was just like, I threatened my teacher one day. And I was like, why would you threaten her? She's like, because she's just a bitch. And at this time, these kids were cursing. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, mind you, this is 2nd grade.
Jeez.
This was 2nd grade for me. I think he was in a grade higher than me. I think he was in 4th grade. And I think she was in 3rd grade. But I was in 2nd grade.
Who raised these kids?
Girl, I don't know. But
it's the households they grow up in, seriously.
I don't know, probably, but I just thought it was normal, but it wasn't because when I went into my other like new school, they didn't have that. I asked
they had schools for these kids, which I found out. They had a whole school for them.
XL
I've heard of.
My sister went to CEP. And that was on Summer-On. That was for the bad kids. It was either for the bad kids or the kids who didn't go to school at all.
Yeah, that's all I know. There was a whole
and
school.
XL. I heard XL was really
for
bad.
Kids that were either not suspended too much or expelled from schools. That's where they would go because no other schools around the area would accept an expelled student.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Like if you get expelled in a county, you can't go to any other public school until either the next year. Yeah. I don't know. I was just shocked because I know for sure they didn't have that in my thing because I went up to this one girl who looked like she was a bad apple and I asked her, I'm like, are you in the bad behavior class? She was like, what the hell? Get out of my face. I'm like, oh shit.
Maybe she was.
She probably was, but she was probably ashamed. Okay, so you say yes. I say fuck yes. Mm-hmm. Whenever it's your money, you do whatever the fuck you want. Exactly. Fuck these kids. Mm-hmm. Okay. My husband and I have 3 kids, 9, 8, and 3. The boys have been driving us crazy. They fight like cats and dogs. We've had countless talks with them about respecting each other to no avail. I understand sibling rivalry, but it's gotten to the point it's disruptive to all of us every day. I already told my husband last week I wasn't sure if the vacation was a good idea. My husband shut me down pretty much immediately and things went ahead as planned. First of all, the 3.5-hour car ride was predictably hell. Boys fighting and riling each other up the whole time. Husband and I kept trying to reassure each other that things would be better once we got there and they would be too excited to cause trouble. Nah, sis. We were wrong. They had so many reminders of what not to do once we got into the rental house. So they do everything wrong from the get-go. Shoes on white furniture, check. Running in the house, check. Turn my back for 2 seconds and my 8-year-old threw a box of chalk in the pool to keep his brother from getting it. We went out to lunch and they were out of control in the restaurant. 9-year-old ran away from us in a strange place because he didn't get his way. We finally go to the beach and they are franklessly being brats, refusing sunscreen, fighting over toys, pushing their luck repeatedly, going farther and farther out in the water than we told them to.
I don't know how she made it out to that day. We would have gone home on the road.
Facts.
Facts.
And they curse.
Turn the car around.
And these kids curse.
360. Hell
in front of their parents. I mean, shoes on white furniture in a rental house. Airbnbs don't give a flying fuck. They charge you for everything. You use one bottle of water, $3.50. You leave one empty bottle, $2.50 for cleanup. Girl, no, we're not done yet. By the time we got back home, it was around dinner time and I was fed up. They were totally ruining it for everybody. Nothing had worked and I told my husband we needed to go home for the reasons mentioned above. Mainly that they needed to see a real consequence. My husband still insisted it would be better. I put my foot down and told him that I didn't even want to be there at that point. So either I'm leaving or we're all leaving. He got super pissed and told me it was ridiculous and unfair to our daughter. I actually agree with him, but saw no other choice at that point. Of course, when I tell the kids, they immediately burst into tears and are begging to stay, promising that they'll behave. My mother, who came with us, was also near tears. She thinks her precious grandbabies do no wrong. She argued with me too, begging me to quote unquote, just let it go. But I refused to budge. So we left less than 24 hours into our 4-day vacation. All in one day?
Damn.
Half the ride home was spent with them sobbing and my husband pretty much giving me the silent treatment the whole way. My mother decided to stay behind a little longer, but then started randomly texting me about 30 minutes in, asking if I was serious. She knew I was and told me the whole reason she came was to spend time with the kids. So I had now, quote unquote, ruined it for everybody. And quote unquote, they're only little once.
First of all, that's a whole 9-year-old. What are the other ages?
It was 9, 8, the 2 boys. And then the little girl was 3.
Okay, 9 and 8 years old.
You know better.
Yeah, exactly. You know how to listen. And if you're not going to listen, there's going to be consequences. Okay.
And then she finishes it off. Here we are the following evening. Pretty much no one likes me except my 3-year-olds. Are they right? Am I the asshole?
No, you're not.
Absolutely fucking not.
If you don't want that stress, girl.
All that in 24 hours.
That's a lot. And then for him to be like, it's going to get better. No, if they can do that all within not even being out of the house in 24 hours, you can't take them nowhere.
And it was just a 3.5-hour drive. Yeah. And they're acting this foolishness.
Yes. They don't deserve it at all.
They don't. My mom...
That money could have been spent putting them in a summer program.
Legit. My mom would have just...
Have someone else do it.
Like, matter of fact, you know what my mom... Well, they're married. So this is what happened. My mom would leave me with my father and take her other kids, like my brother and sister, and just leave me at home. AKA with my dad.
Yeah.
Because ain't no possible way. And my mom's the type of person, she... lived her life even with kids. She's like, you're not ruining my fucking day.
Exactly.
You are not ruining my fucking day. And
you're not going to embarrass me on vacation. That's something my mom always said.
I like literally, because me, when I go on vacation, I don't confront nobody, but best believe if I see a child running up and down causing chaos, I'm like looking at the parent like, You don't have to take care of your fucking kid.
Right?
Like, because at this point, you're causing a muck. I remember for my birthday, we went to Bull and Bear. It's a 5-star restaurant. There was this kid. The parents did absolutely nothing. It was 2 kids. Yeah. One of them was on a tablet minding her business, and the other one was running throughout the whole entire fucking restaurant, fell, scraped his knee or elbow or whatever, because something was bleeding. Mm-hmm. He wiped his blood on the tablecloth of someone's table, and the parents did absolutely nothing. Yeah. The parents sat down, eating their food, not paying attention to what the fuck their child was doing. Mm-hmm. The wait staff had to intervene. It was like something of the nature of like, can you please have your child refrain from going to other people's tables? Because this is not a cheap restaurant. Yeah. People pay for the experience. It's a 5-course meal. They have a view of the Disney fireworks that people pay specifically to sit at a certain location in the restaurant to have view of it. It's not cheap. And the fact that your grummy ass child is out running a fucking muck, falls, has blood on his face or something on his body part, takes someone else's tablecloth, wipes it there, and then runs away and still is running amok. And you're doing absolutely nothing. Yeah. Like now you're ruining other people's fucking time.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're causing more of a headache for the wait staff. Because what is a wait staff supposed to do?
They're supposed to serve guests all around the restaurant, not take care of your kid.
And they're going to be wrong if they tell your kid something.
Right, exactly. You can't tell my kid what to do. Then why?
Bitch, then you do it. That was just baffling me. I had my wine in my hand. I was like,
and I was like, what happened?
I'm like, Precious, did you not see that? Because Precious don't pay attention.
I was just enjoying my food.
She really was. And I'm like, Precious.
Like I said, I be minding my own business.
I don't.
I hear my name and I'll be like, huh?
I pay attention everywhere. I've been told, be aware of your surroundings. So I was looking at this.
Speak when spoken to is me.
No. Be aware of your surroundings. Like, Precious, this little boy's acting a hot mess. What's he doing? Girl,
she knew all this and I'm just sitting there like, and I'm just like, what happened? And then she told me what happened. I'm just like, when did that happen?
And the thing is, you can still see the blood on the tablecloth.
Yeah, they had to like change it out. They had to
in mid-meal because now you're interrupting the other person's meal. They can't finish.
Yeah, it's awful. It's really awful.
And I'm pretty sure someone requested. They're like, "Can you have this family moved or something?" Yeah. Like you're literally ruining everyone's time.
The parents are just sitting there like eating their shrimp.
It's a regular Tuesday.
Yeah.
I'm over here trying to finish my fried chicken. Before you come after me, yes, I ordered fried chicken at a 5-star restaurant because their fried chicken is not fucking Popeye's fried chicken. That shit was succulent, fried nicely on the outer edges.
But then moist as hell on the inside.
It's well reviewed, so fuck you bitches. But yes, I was eating my fried chicken, my mashed potatoes, and my handmade Caesar dressing. Astounded. I was like, oh my God. Couldn't be me. I'd be embarrassed.
It was wild. Yeah. And then I looked and I see the little girl looking at her tablet.
Minding her business.
Yeah, just minding her business. And the little boy was just so antsy. You could tell he still had a lot of energy in his system, even after what just happened. And I'm like, oh no.
So I don't blame her for wanting to take her kid, not only like just as a consequence, but also like, you're not enjoying no time.
You can't enjoy because you're too busy yelling at them to sit down and shut the fuck up. So I wouldn't want to do that my whole entire 4-day vacation. That will take the fun out of everything and enjoying your time. And not only that, but you have other people on vacation too.
Exactly.
So it's just like you're just catering to these kids who don't know how to behave.
And he's just like, well, what about our daughter? Your daughter's not enjoying anything because she doesn't have your attention because you're too busy paying attention to her fuck ass brothers. Right. She's not enjoying shit.
Especially when the 9-year-old ran away. Like, what?
Girl.
We're going home. We can leave him if he wants to stay. Like, what the fuck?
Girl.
Because my mom would have left me for real.
Your mom, you would have came back to the rental and nobody would have been there. This would have been some fucking Home Alone bullshit. No, and your husband's stupid.
Yeah. In the car, they were both telling them, hey, calm down, like, be quiet.
Yeah, but I'm talking about, like, at the place. I don't know if he was putting his foot down or anything like that. Let me see. My husband still insisted it would get better. How? No. Shoes on white furniture, cursing up a muck, fighting over toys,
throwing chalk in a pool,
fucking up someone's fucking filter system.
Yeah.
Causing a scene at the restaurant. How is it gonna get fucking better?
And that's less than 24 hours. Usually, like, I've seen that before where there was a kid and he was just not happy. I mean, I don't know if he just wanted his mom's attention. And the mom was like, hey, you know, I'm right here. We're going to go to our room soon because I was checking them in. Mm-hmm. And he started crying, like, out of nowhere. He fell to the floor crying. And she was like, listen, you're the only one crying in this entire hotel. Look at everybody else in this lobby. No one's crying. You're the only one. If we don't stop, we're going to go home. And she got so irritated. She's like, okay, fine. We're going home. And I'm like getting ready to give her keys because she already put like her credit card and everything in. Mm-hmm. And she was like, I'm so sorry. I think we're just going to go home. And I'm just like, and then he was just like, no. She's like, well, then stop it. And he shut up.
See, I was afraid of my mom.
Yeah, right. That stare that they give you, like, don't embarrass me. Yeah, the pinch,
hold on your
anything.
Upper arm. My mom would bring me in and she would squeeze my arm and she would be like, Nathalia, deja eso. And then she would put my arm down and she would tell me to go sit down. And I would go sit down.
It was the come up behind you pinch for me on the back of my arm for either my grandmother or my mom. And that shut us up. Because, like, when you feel it, you'd be like, oh, shit. You know? And then you get so tense, you're just like this. And you're just like, okay, I fucked up somehow. I need to go sit my ass down and that's it.
It's like you sense someone looking at you.
Yeah.
And it's just like, girl.
And that shit hurts so bad. You don't want that happening to you again. So you got to be on your best behavior.
And then don't you dare think about crying.
Yeah.
Because you weren't crying when you was acting a fool up and down this fucking lobby. You weren't crying when you were touching everything I told you not to fucking touch. Don't you dare start crying because I'm going to give you something to cry about.
Exactly.
Literally. Mm-hmm. Girl, never. Not me. Oh, my God.
Crazy. I feel bad for her.
For real. But, like, no one's sticking up.
Honestly, this is a lesson for them. So maybe they'll remember next time we go on vacation, don't fuck up.
And she probably, in all due reality, probably saved herself more of a financial headache.
Right.
Because the first night your kids are kind of like ruining this person's house. Yeah.
And who knows what you had to already replace or fix for them or leave money for. Because,
shoes on white furniture.
And then the chalk in the pool. Like, girl, that's someone's pool system. Like, all being messed up.
Oh, girl. Yeah, you are not the asshole. Like, your husband, he's a fucking asshole.
Right, exactly.
The hell, your children are the asshole. Except the daughter. The daughter, you know what you need to do?
You take her on vacation.
You need to treat your daughter. You need to take her on a mommy-daughter day.
Yeah.
Leave the kids with your husband.
See how he feels.
See how he likes it and go treat your daughter for being the best daughter, best child in your fucking life. Mm-hmm. Get her a little mani, petty, like mommy, like get matching outfits. Mm-hmm. You need to treat your fucking daughter because she's the only one with fucking sense. Mm-hmm. Granted, she's 3, but she'll appreciate
but sometimes
this.
The older kids can egg on the 3-year-old too.
But I'm pretty sure, I don't think the child's going to see it this way, but maybe the kid's going to be like, if I behave, I'll get rewarded and my brothers will get punished. Mm-hmm. I don't think 3-year-olds think that way, but it's nice to think they think that way. Yeah. On to another in my last one. I saw this in my like a little Rolodex and I completely forgot about this. This one is outrageous. We're going to get into it. Please refrain from commentary.
Hey, sorry.
I'm kidding. Will I be the asshole if I cancel my husband's visit with his kids?
Yes, because who are you to cancel? They're not even your kids. You have no say.
Girl, wait till I tell you.
Why aren't you happy that he wants to still take care of his kids?
Well, maybe some of his, maybe, I don't know the kid. I forgot what this is about, but maybe the kid's like a klepto and likes to steal shit.
We'll see. But still, they're his kids. You don't just go around canceling shit like that.
Right. I, 37 female, and my husband, 34 male, are newlyweds. Since this is my 4th marriage and his 2nd, we agreed to have a very small, intimate wedding under the condition that we go on a very nice honeymoon. The issue is that he has 2 kids, 5 and 7, from the previous marriage. So it's hard for us to find together time. There's no set custody agreement that him and his ex-wife agreed to because my husband works a lot. They basically visit or he visits them whenever he has the time, which is maybe once a month. My husband is going to be going on a 4-month-long work trip at the end of this month. And I was able to find a perfect 2-week cruise that fits within our budget and the dates work just right. We would get home just in time for the weekend. He leaves for the work trip that following Monday. I arranged everything to have my mom come visit to watch my daughter and planned to surprise my husband with the booked cruise. That did not go at all as how I anticipated it. My husband said he did take his 2 weeks of leave for pretty much those exact dates, but that he planned to spend that time with his kids since he's going to be gone for a few months. I'm absolutely hurt that he didn't even bring it up with me first, especially if they're going to be in our home for 2 weeks. His kids do not listen to the household rules. They fight with my daughter, and every time they visit, I get absolutely no time with my husband. It's always incredibly stressful for them to visit as they disrupt our life to the point which I get severe migraines. I'm already devastated that he's going to be gone for months, but to hear I will not get any alone time with him, I think she meant that really upset me. When I expressed my concerns about this, he said he would stay with his ex for 2 weeks if his kids are going to cause too much trouble. I don't want that either. I want to spend time with him. He doesn't get it. I'm incredibly furious. Our argument ended with him demanding he spends time with his kids, and I told him that I was going to cancel the visit and prioritize me for once in his life. He took his pillow and went to sleep in the guest room. And now I'm awake at 3 a.m. filled with anger and sadness. Will I be the asshole if I cancel his visit with his kids? I still say yes, you're an asshole.
He's an asshole for wanting to cancel it without his permission. Like, if she's just going to go ahead and straight up do it, like, damn, girl, that's messed up. I get where she's coming from and wanting to spend time when he's always out at work and they have no alone time together except when he comes home and then goes to sleep.
I say yes, she would be an asshole because who the fuck are you to dictate when your husband spends time with his children? You can't interfere with that relationship. They're not old enough to understand that the sacrifices the father's making. Mm-hmm. They just know, I'm going to see my father. I'm going to hang out with my father. Mm-hmm. And so on and so forth. You as an adult, you should understand. I'm pretty sure it sounds like he's been acting like this. He puts his kids first. Yeah. You should know that seeing his kids are very important to him. So you demanding that he cancel or not see his kids for the 2 weeks because you want your quote unquote ideal honeymoon is fucking bullshit. If you really want to fucking hang out with him, go with him on work. I don't know what type of work he fucking does.
Well, she has a daughter that lives with them.
But she's taken care of because the mother came to take care of her when they went on this quote unquote cruise.
Well, they were going on the cruise.
So if you really want to spend time with his bitch ass, why don't you go on the road with him? Because it kind of sounds like he's a truck driver. Mm-hmm. At least that's what I'm assuming. It didn't say what type of job he did. It just says that he's going to be gone and all that stuff. Why don't you go with his bitch ass for the 2 weeks and hang out with his fucking ass self? And then once your 2 weeks are finished, you fly back from whatever city you're at and you call it a day. Yeah. But I think you would absolutely, not only if you're going behind his back to cancel the trip to see his kids, clearly your husband's going to find out because one way or another, he's going to see his kids.
And that's going to make him even more mad.
Exactly. He's going to see his kids either by staying at his ex's house or he's going to see the kids by them coming over. One way or another, he's going to find out if you do cancel it.
I don't like how he threatened her with, I'm going to go stay at my ex then, with my ex then.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I don't like that.
I didn't like that neither because
it's
disrespectful. So, buddy, I'm not your girlfriend anymore. Yeah. I'm your wife. That's different.
Exactly.
Don't throw that in my face. Right. But also, who the fuck are you to throw that in his face? Like, I demand that you prioritize me. Like, no offense, but I have single friends or single parent friends who are in relationships and their partner knows the kid is priority. Mm-hmm. And you sign up for that when you date someone who has kids.
But then he also made the plan without her too.
Yeah. Like, so, it just sounds like y'all shouldn't be together.
Right. So he made the plan all by himself to be like, I'm going to go see my kids. Or he didn't even think about, hey, why not me spend some time, quality time with my wife who I haven't seen or spent time in a while, you know, and then maybe for like a week, and then for the second week go see my kids.
Yeah.
So he didn't prioritize her at all. It just went straight over to the kids. I understand her anger a little bit because he did it without telling her.
The fact is just like no one's taking consideration for one another in the situation. But yes, you would be an asshole if you decided to cancel this visit. But you're not really canceling nothing because he's going to go regardless.
Right. Exactly.
So you may as well just get your little refund from your cruise.
Damn.
Seriously, what the fuck are you doing where you're gone for 4 months? What are you?
You can't be building houses in another state, are you?
Are you working on the oil rig? I feel like he has to be a cross-country driver because I heard that they're always on the road.
Yeah.
And if you're going to be gone for 4 months, I think he's a driver. Mm-hmm. Especially if he's always like working, I think he's a driver.
Yeah.
I don't typically look at comments, but this one comment got me. They put, "You're lucky since you probably have your divorce lawyer's number on speed dial because this man won't put up with your shit much longer. Congrats on your soon-to-be 4th divorce." The vote was, she is an asshole, by the way.
Yeah. Hopefully they talked it out. I don't know, came to an agreement where they saw each other's point of views.
Yeah. But it sounds like they have no house training. Yeah. If they're over here fighting with your kids. But then it also, the daughter
won't be there, so she's already set.
With the sister, with the mother or something like that. But she says that they don't follow the house rules. What are the house rules? Because I've been to certain houses where they are extremely stricter than my mother.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
To the point where it's like, you can't watch TV on the weekend or the weekdays. You can only watch TV on the weekends. Or you have to wake up at 6 o'clock every single morning, regardless if it's school or not. Ooh. You have to clean up the house every single day.
Yeah, I've done that before with my friend. Her name was Michelle.
Like, so...
Oh, my God.
It's like also like, what the fuck are your house rules?
Yeah. Yeah, we went to my friend's house and when we slept over, like their mom was like, y'all are guests, but y'all gonna do some chores too along with your friends.
Girl, like I stayed at my friend. Okay. I stayed at my friend's house. Yeah. And she went to church. Mm-hmm. She was like, tell Nathalia to bring nice clothes because we're going to church. Mm-hmm. And I looked at her, I was like, I don't go to church. She was like, you do at this house. Right. Mm-hmm. I was like, what the fuck? Mm-hmm. Best believe I didn't stay at the house on a Sunday.
That guy on TikTok, when you go into your black friend's house and the mom wants to make sure you don't embarrass her at church, and it was some white dude. And he was going into his mom's room making sure, he's like, oh, your mom said I don't need to be embarrassing her at church, so you need to fix my tie. And I'm like, that's so true. Girl. When your friends come over your house and you have plans for the weekend, they're not going to interrupt them.
They're really not.
Go as planned. So,
and you better act right too. Yes. I don't need these people talking about what company my children are playing with.
I wonder.
For real. And it sounds like you just don't like his kids. It'd be long as fuck if I love somebody and their kids were annoying. It'd be so long. Because I'm like you.
I couldn't see.
I'm like you. I'm selfish with my time. And people are going to listen to this like, oh, it's because they have no kids. You fuck right. It's because I have no kids.
Exactly.
Like, I couldn't. That's the one reason.
You don't know because you don't have kids.
Thank God. Mm-hmm. Like, what you mean? That's an insult?
Right.
Yeah, okay.
That's a very big compliment to me. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
At least I have time.
Right?
I don't know if I told you.
You date somebody?
No.
Oh.
So Sally and Ben,
so generic.
They were married they were living here and then they moved to, Colorado. They moved their entire family, like all their kids over there. So pretty much while over there, they divorced. And it was really sad because I'm just like, oh my God, like all of a sudden I'm seeing pictures on Facebook of them with other people and they're getting married to other people. I'm just like, wait a second. It happened within like less than 6 months after they moved.
Cheating?
No, they just fell apart.
How?
I don't know. I don't want to ask those questions unless you tell me. I'm not that invasive. So I still talk to her. I'd be like, hey, how's it going? I hope your kids are doing good. And she'd be like, oh yeah, it's good, good, good. And like she posted a video of her engagement. Like the guy got down on one knee and everything. And
she got engaged?
She's engaged right now. But they're still involved with each other when it comes to their kids. Oh. So he came down to Colorado. He went to Colorado to be like, oh, my oldest is going to prom. Let's set her up. He took care of the dress, the hair, makeup, and all that stuff like that. Got her, cute and everything. because that's their oldest, and he is there for their kids. He will be there for their kids no matter what.
That's wild.
So that is super important. Like, I understand, like, when people say, even though we've fallen apart, kids always come first. Our kids always come first. And when they do shit like that, it really, like, amazes me. I'm just like, oh my God.
That's wild.
But I mean, some relationships are different. Anyway.
Anyways, that brings us to the end of the pod. Ooh. But yes, is there anything you like to say to the people?
It was nice being on here again. I know it's been like less than a month since I've been back.
She seen the area yesterday and she gasped.
She needs more gold in this joint.
Donate. Cash at me. Before we end, for all the visual viewers, please do not forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell on YouTube. And for all the audio listeners, please follow and subscribe anywhere you get your podcast. Thank you. Right? Your hoe is still trying to get to 500. She needs to be monetized. This shit here ain't cheap. Okay? But be safe. Love you. And dos vidaña.
Bye.
Bye.